What's going on, guys? It's Adam P and welcome back. Newcastle United match day, but not in Bournemouth. What is going on? I never ever miss a Newcastle United game, so why am I here and not in Bournemouth? We'll tell you more about it once we get inside the stack. Just before we get into that, if you guys are new around here, make sure to get down there and hit the subscribe button. We are going to be travelling across to all four of Newcastle United's Champions League away matches, which starts in Brussels next week. Brussels will be the only match I don't have a ticket for because you need over 200 loyalty points to be able to attend that game. I've got a lot of loyalty points, but not 200 deep down. So we are going to be in Brussels just at one of the Newcastle United fan zones. Make sure you don't miss out on the Champions League content though. We're going to head inside now. We'll tell you what's going on and why I'm not in the best of moods today. I'll have to do this bit outside because of how loud it is inside St James's Stack. But the reason why I'm not at Bournemouth today, there's a new away ticket structure for Newcastle United where you have a 24-hour window where you had to declare that you wanted to go to a game. Not you are getting a ticket to Bournemouth, you actually had to declare to Newcastle United. You've got to basically tell the football club, I would like to attend the Bournemouth game, and then it would then go based on loyalty points, so it would go to a drop-off point. And for this particular fixture, it's 54 loyalty points. I got way more than that many loyalty points, but because I never declared that I wanted to go to the game, it doesn't matter how many points you have, you can't get a ticket at all. So basically I missed out because I didn't register my interest. It's just a new weird ticket structure where the club doesn't even email you, doesn't contact you, doesn't tell you anything about when the window's open. You kind of have to know yourself by logging on to the club website. I'm jotting all these dates down. It's a bit of a nightmare, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, you could argue maybe it was my fault, but I just think the structure anyway is a bit of a bore to go through. I've missed out because of that basically, so we're going to head inside now. Hopefully Newcastle today gets a good result just to ease off my frustration. But it's just a new ticket structure. I've messed up in this particular case.
We got Dunbar, we got Sven, we got Marshall. That's a three in the back, five in midfield. We got Tino Rovendo, we got Joe Willick, Sandro Tonali, Lewis Miley, and Lewis Hall.
6 changes for Newcastle today. To be honest, you always got to expect it from the Barcelona game. You knew playing them in the Thursday night. You then got a huge game against Bournemouth, and a hard game as well, considering our history of Bournemouth away. I think a fair squad, but I think if you're expecting a win today, you're going to have to be very confident, because I think Bournemouth this season have started off quite well as well. Kickoff's just about to go underway now, just to show you what the actual attendance inside St James's Stack is like. But it being Newcastle United's official fan zone, that's a good amount of people, 2 PM on a Sunday, and of course all of the money that you spend on pints inside this stack go back into the football club as well. Love to see it. Hopefully Newcastle will turn it with a good result today. Offside early warning call for Newcastle there. To be fair, I think up to this point in the game, end to end, Bournemouth had the better opportunities, but that's the first moment of the game where Newcastle looked in real trouble.
Well, there you have it, half time. Bournemouth nil, Newcastle nil. And you know what? I think it's been an okay half. I don't think it's been terrible, but I don't think it's been good either. It's been the story, I would argue, of Newcastle's season of such a lack of quality in that final third. Again, no real opportunities, half chances on Newcastle. I definitely feel like Nick Waltermar's been the liveliness out of the front three, but it's just been the story all season long. Newcastle has a real problem of block scoring goals. We don't look like Storm, we don't create an awful lot. And why I'm not going to be that negative due to the fact that we've made 6 changes going into the game. And you kind of knew deep down, Newcastle today were always going to have that drop-off point from the Barcelona game. Apologies, I'm talking loud, by the way. It is so loud in here. That's why I am being quite loud in the video. But I feel like it's been a half for Newcastle where it's just been okay, I guess. It's been such a flat tacking off from Newcastle way. I'm hoping in the second half, with subs coming on like Sakura coming on, hopefully Alanga coming on. It's a winnable game. feel like it is construct Newcastle just get a result in this game. Certainly opportunity now, as good as Bournemouth's been this season. With the exception of their offside goal, which to be fair, there was time, they haven't played much either, so it's a game for Newcastle. Sort this out, we'll be fine in the second half, we can win this game, we just need to figure out how to put the ball in the back of the net, because again, we just don't look good in the final third.
To the state of that Good thing it's mostly indoors here because UK weather is just not quite built for any outdoor fan zones. Real good piece of play from Harvey Barnes. He might have potentially won a penalty. I don't think it's going to get given. In the game there, Malik Chow already in a yellow card puts in quite a reckless foul, which should have been a second yellow. Can't believe he has not been sent off in the back end of this game. Newcastle has dodged a major bullet there. Should have been a red card for Chow, but for now Newcastle just about got away with it.
We will be up again for Brighton on the build-up of the Canada all starts well at 5 with the kick-off and a 7-4-17-4 kick-off. This one is the night.
So there we have it, full time. For the third time this season, every single away match for Newcastle has finished 0-0. And I feel bad saying this because I felt like the second half performance for the most part was good for Newcastle, but it's 2 points dropped and you have to look at the reality. Newcastle has dropped a serious amount of points already this season on the lack of scoring, the lack of quality in the final third. In the second half, when Newcastle had control, Newcastle were getting moments in the game where they were moving the ball around well. There's just no focal point, and especially out wide as well. I don't think Newcastle's producing enough quality and distributing the ball well enough into the box in the first place. So there's a game there. Bournemouth, for the most of the second half, I felt like was second best. Newcastle was so infuriating, having walked away with 3 points, and yet again, Newcastle were behind Sunderland in the league table. And even give you an example of Sunderland, they've had 10 players against Aston Villa, and yet they've still scored a goal against Villa, whereas we can't score with 11 against any team at this rate. We are struggling to score goals, and that was a Bournemouth team that was on the back foot in the second half. Newcastle were in the game. Newcastle should have won the game, and they not win the game again because of the lack of quality in that final third. It's a real concern this season. But looking at the game on an individual basis, I felt like the performance second half certainly a lot better, considering as well Bruno never came on, Trippier never came on, Gordon never came on, Joe Linton never came on, of course Shaw injured, Wissa injured. Yet that Newcastle team up kind of had a string of B team players in there as well. It was actually a decent amount of performers in there. Before we talk about the second yellow, because I think Malik Chow should have been sent off today, but players like him, for his debut, I felt like he was quite solid for the most part in the game. I felt like Lewis Miley was good. I was happy with him today alongside Tonardi. I think not to critique and not to focus my attention on one player, but Joe Willock, I'm not keen on him at all, especially in that attacking side. Just didn't offer anything, and he's not the player he was a couple of years ago. I don't know what's happened to him. I don't know if he's just a bit scared to get injured or he's just lost a good yard of pace, but he's nowhere near the player he was a couple of years ago. He probably was Newcastle's weak link of the attack today, and it was the second half where Newcastle should have had a penalty. Bournemouth, to be fair, should have had a red card against Newcastle. Malik Chow, how on earth did he stay on that pitch? And then Newcastle were able to somewhat with Jamal Lascelles, I will never know. It was the most blatant second yellow I've ever seen. But on the flip side, Nick Waltimore clearly held back, should have been a penalty. So I think both teams have been hard done by the officiating. I think both teams will walk away feeling like they should have got 3 points, and I think Newcastle were the better team in the end. But what does it matter when the result's not in Newcastle's favour? It's a draw, yeah, considering every single year we go down to Bournemouth, we never ever win the game. But that's probably Newcastle's best performance. Honestly, I personally see Newcastle's best performance at Bournemouth under Eddie Howe. That's our best away performance down there, and yet it still hasn't resulted in us getting 3 points. It's just a game Newcastle yet again this season have been on a win, and it's a shame. It is a shame because I felt like there was a performance there good enough to win. But what does it matter when we haven't won the game? We move on. I guess from my point of view, and a selfish point of view, I haven't exactly missed much down at the Vitality Stadium, but I still want Newcastle to win. I still want us to win the game, and I still want Newcastle to come back and look good going into the Bradford game and the Newcastle SG game, and of course you've got Arsenal wedged in between there as well. A lot of fixtures coming up now, and still without Johan Wissa. I'm expecting Newcastle to score goals. We just aren't doing it. We have to score goals. It's a serious concern now where we aren't scoring goals on a frequent basis. We have to start doing it.